looking back over the last year and a half, starting a fish room from scratch with nothing, with no tanks, nothing really, just an empty garage. I think probably the biggest lesson I've learned through all of it is the importance of allowing tanks to really mature. And just looking at what's going on right now with the aquariums, the vitality of the fish, like these guys here, these African cichlids, and just how they look and behave, their color and everything else about them, what's going on in the 210 with the South and Central American fish. I mean, just looking at what's going on here with all the tanks, really, I think the key in all of it was allowing tanks to really mature and sort of get into a state where they're really able to maintain life and have sort of this rock solid foundation of beneficial bacteria that allows me to put new fish in without necessarily the worry that something's going to go wrong. In the very beginning, if you look back at the videos when I first got the fish room going, there were some hiccups. There were some big hiccups. There was fish loss. There was fish that were dying for unexplained reasons. I wouldn't say frequently, but enough of them to where it was like setbacks and a little bit disheartening. And there are several videos along the way that you can look up where there were some losses of fish that I'd become very attached to, and I think what was happening is I was dealing with a bit of a fragile ecosystem, ecosystems that were not really that stable, and because of that, they could shift suddenly, and the fish would then suffer. And now, after all this time, I mean, we can look at all the steps that were taken and everything else, and but you just can't, you really can't beat a tank actually just becoming mature and developing a real strong foundation. And so we're back, we go all the way back to that word that keeps coming up in the live streams and in other videos, that word patience, right? Just being patient, not throwing 25 fish into a new tank all at once, and that's on me. That's on me. I mean, I accepted and encouraged big shipments of fish right away. I got them, I put them in, and then all parameters went all over the place, and I worked as best I could to keep it stable. And so it took time for the tanks to really mature and to season, as the saying goes, and that's probably the biggest takeaway for me after a year and a half of going from absolute no fish, no tanks to a situation that I feel has actually hit a point of relative stability. So that's my message. That's just a quick note to tell you that you just can't beat patience when it comes to fish keeping, and to really have a situation where you feel the fish are gonna thrive. I feel like I could put discus in this tank. I feel like I could take these fish out and put new fish in here, and they would thrive because the tank itself, the ecosystem, from the filtration to the substrate to the decor, it's all very, very, very stable, and that took time. That took time, and without dropping a bomb into the tank, right? Without dropping ammonia or bleach or something crazy into the tank, just letting it sort of slowly mature over time, and what's going on down here, under this line here. These things are all part of the situation maturing. I mean, I know some of you are not into the deep substrate. I get it. Everybody has to have the kind of tank that they feel good about. I've just never seen a bare bottom lake or a bare bottom stream or a bare bottom river. They all seem to have a deep substrate. So I think having a place where things can kind of grow and be relatively undisturbed, I think that's important. But I think it all kind of comes together and ultimately results in aquariums that are pretty rock solid and stable. So at any rate, that's the message, and that's my 2 cents. Definitely feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. and whether I agree with it or not, I still like reading it. So I'll see you on Saturday for the Cichlids and Coffee live stream, Saturday at 11 a.m. Central. That's noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific time, if you can get up that early over on the West Coast. And that's it for me, really. Thank you, my friends. If you like the videos, like the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, the thumbs up, and consider becoming a Patreon, a Garage Gang member. Monthly support of the channel, and that really helps. Thank you, my friends. That's it for me. Bye-bye.